versus Secret.
So they will not be getting the Earth Spirit, and I don't think that surprises anyone. Well, so much
Prophet.
for not picking Nature's Prophet. They first picked.
I mean, they should just build a better lineup around the Prophet and react better to what OG is actually doing. Because every time we talk about Secret, they don't really have a clear-cut strategy sometimes, but they react. They react a lot.
I was just about to say IO is available, and you first pick Prophet. Will OG go for it?
They're expecting. They're expecting it. That's why they went for the Enigma right away.
I mean, this whole draft has gone by, so it almost feels like a pre-planned, premeditated draft from both teams in some ways. Like Secret, thinking, okay, we get first pick Prophet, they probably anticipated one, if not both of these two picks from OG.
Ben Wu, Nature's Prophet Enigma. Roshan, level 1.
Not Radiant Roshan level 1. I put nothing past the team with Eternal Envy. He's got the cojones to make that move, but I don't think they do it here.
Beastmaster Ursa.
Cloud9 Game 3 at TI4, was it? Level 1 Roshan.
And they did it against Vici, it was, I believe, who had already destroyed a team that tried to level 1 Rosh against the previously in the tournament. It was close, though. I think like FY came in fairly last minute and happened to scout it. And it was after a pause.
Yeah, because it was obvious, you think that it's not going to happen.
Gotta believe, Winter.
So Sven was banned out.
Normally against OG, you'd probably been, like in the past, you would have been the Tiny, but the Sven in general has really gotten more popular.
That's a good ban, Invoker, because Invoker would have been really good with Tai and IO. And it would have, again, like fit what we were talking about at the panel. OG probably figured that maybe Team Secret are going to change things up. They're going to put Yiha on more, gang-focused hero, tempo control, and they don't want to deal with it this game.
5 seconds remaining.
And the Sven ban has also another implication. I think that when you're a Nature's Prophet off lane, like Sven is one of the better heroes, because with the Cleave, it's a better hero against the Treants. You can help the supports much better.
And he doesn't really suffer as much from the Treant harass, high strength gain, decent armor base, and then obviously the war.
And you have a disable, more importantly, to kill the Prophet, so it's all in all a very good carry versus that hero.
So you're up against Enigma. How do you look to deal with this if you're OG? Are you just going to play your own jungle game here with the IO? Do they want to try and contest or pressure it? What do you guys think?
I don't think they really can contest and pressure it just because Fly normally plays the defensive one.
Yeah,
Crit is the one that plays the.
They have Whis as well. Yeah. It's not so easy, so they'll probably try to just focus on their own, game. Try to stack more for the tie. Try to get level 6 on iOS ASAP.
They could always pull a fast one into like IO +1 in the off lane if they wanted to pressure.
Plus tight, because they have tight. They already have tight.
If they want to pull a fast one, they could always pull out the Miracle Anti-Mage as well. Anti-Mage is
pretty good
against these two heroes. I mean, you've still got to. It's not like a third pick. You want to see what Secret, because Secret strategy isn't revealed yet. But like right now, it's looking like a feasible Anti-Mage.
So Secret banned Gyro. They could be trying to push here.
5
You're
seconds.
up against an IO. I think Clinks is actually a really good pick for Secret. Just destroys the IO. Very good at setting up pickoffs with the Prophet.
We saw a lot of that.
And a natural Desolator builder as well.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that, I think, in the group stages.
That was
2 games for Clinks on Secret 2-0.
That's a really good call there, because even EG did a lot of clinks when they had Enigma to sort of, it's like a compensation. You have a jungler and then you want to have a laner that doesn't really need too much support.
So they get a counter to Black Hole, I guess, with the Wyvern here.
Yep. And not to mention that they are probably getting ready for some split push, so they want a support that can actually help push out the lane. So Wyvern helps a lot in that regard.
That's a lot of heal for OG.
Right
but
now,
you already have puppies here, I guess.
Right
so
now
I was going to suggest AA, but
they don't have much like low cooldown disable. They have like the Curse plus the Ravage, all very long cooldowns. So Secret might be able to use that to their advantage, like get a really mobile hero for that.
Reserve time.
Can't help but feel like a Wii Ranger is the next plausible option. And it's good against the Wisp, easy tether targets.
I think Winter Wyvern's really good versus.
Yeah, it's not so good versus the
you're
Embrace.
right, yeah.
Winter Wyvern gets crushed.
What is Wii going to go for?
Lena's, maybe? I mean, you mentioned Weehaw heroes.
Yeah. The burst.
Could have the double zap, the pew pew strat with the Lion Lena combo.
Just do it on crit,
Yeah, don't do it on a blade mill.
No, do it on crit.
That was so funny when the Pylon died. I mean, I think he kind of knew it was going to happen too, but made it fun for the viewers.
5 seconds.
This is the pick that's going to kind of reveal a lot about what OG want to do. This fourth pick, because they're kind of no-tell as well as their miracle hero.
I mean, Secret they're probably expecting Tiny here, right? Sven's banned. It seems like they're trying to drive them into a Tiny pick. Chaos Knight is another IO partner, I
Chaos
guess.
Knight's not so good versus me like
Yeah.
Pulse though. So.
Couldn't Secret just OD? Isn't OD really good versus other heroes?
Yeah. We could potentially play that, but again, it's like
It's
Envy
greed,
doesn't
though.
really play the tempo controlling safe laners too well. He's one of the more kind of farm dependent safe
I don't
laners.
like OD on them, even though I think it's a good hero because it's like the thing that I mentioned. They need to put Biha on a tempo.
Safe
control.
lane OD against Tide is good. That's possible.
Team Secret.
What do you think about the Envy Spectre? It's been a staple for Secret, 5-1.
Tough lane this game against Tide and IO. If they pick Spectre, OG might just do IO plus Tide on off lane, and Spectre is going to suffer a lot in the lane because your lane partner is Lion as well.
But what are the strong lane control carries that are left? Gyro's banned, Clinks is banned.
I mean, for the Secret, it's probably Weaver.
Weaver again.
Yeah, but yeah.
10
it's-
seconds remaining.
They're going to have the same issue that they can't really fight into OG and they have to split push.
5 seconds remaining.
We've seen a lot of Ursa coming into this match. Is there any room for an Ursa here for other teams?
Cold Embrace though.
Reserve
for
Yeah,
sure.
it doesn't
I don't
seem
think
that
it's
good
good
for
for
either team.
Secret. No. And OG are going to be typically it's Notel who plays the Death Prophet mid. That'll be an OG for Secret, and they'll be looking probably for some miracle hard carry for the safe lane.
I actually think that what Ben suggested might be better if they run the OD in the safe lane
Yep.
to make sure that they secure the lane against the Tide. That might be better for them.
That's what I suggested, Winter.
Oh, you suggested that too? Sorry,
10
Parker. My
seconds
bad.
remaining.
So what Ben and you suggested,
Not the
Parker?
first time that you have
5
ignored your
seconds
friends.
remaining.
Probably won't be the last time.
Yeah, but if I ignore you means that you mean a lot to me in some ways.
How does that mean that you mean a lot to you?
Because he only ignores his friends.
Yeah, because I only ignore my friends.
That's just messed up, man. I don't know what to say to that.
I'm sorry. I will not do that anymore to you, Parker. I promise.
But he's not promising not to do it to me, Ben or Dakota.
Okay, not to all of you. Okay, I made that promise. I'll never ignore anyone.
He doesn't.
Or-
He doesn't really
He doesn't
mean me
consider
though.
us friends, so that's okay.
Reported.
Team
Ah.
Secret.
Nice try to be nice
Turn
though.
to battle.
Commend him for being attempted friendly.
Anti-mage ban. Envy loves to play anti-mage. They didn't have the best control for him.
So they're picking, yeah, they don't have good control, but also probably suggest they're picking a safe lane carry that may
10
not be that good
seconds
against
remaining.
AM.
Or they just want to be fine manning all the time and they don't want
Five
Secret to have
seconds.
It's a
a-
split pusher.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw Miracle play Jug. Is that something you guys see being
Yeah,
possible?
Jog is really good this game for their lineup.
That's yeah. I mean, you already know their support, so like that's super heavy heal, but Secret don't really. They've got okay heroes to snipe it.
Dire
Tiny's
team
still a good band, like despite us talking about the Jog. Tiny still fits their lineup very well. You have like 4 heroes that are quite squishy. I mean, Oli is not that squishy, but the other 3 is really squishy. The Lion, the Enigma, and the Prophet.
OG Slark.
Team
I was
Secret.
actually just thinking
Turn
Slark,
to
but I
battle.
felt like Secret had so much AoE and control that maybe it's not the best pick. What do you guys think?
You have the IO and the Tide Hunter to back it up. I think it's fine.
It's just more in terms of the late game compared to the Juggernaut. Slug is much stronger later. So I think in that regard, OG just wants to secure a bit more of their late game, and it still serves as a good partner with the IO in the early to mid game.
So what's Envy's hero now?
10 seconds
Is it-
remaining.
Well,
I
do you
hope it's
think
I hope it's
Jug-
OD.
I hope, yeah, let's say,
I hope OD is his
5
hero,
seconds
Yeah, me too.
remaining.
and then we have
But-
just placed like a park or something to help in the early game.
I feel like they're just gonna pick Spectre or something though. Like
Go great, just
Naga.
PA.
I mean, it's Secret, yeah. They might just
10
go
seconds
that
remaining.
greedy, but if they go that greedy, I worry for them.
All right, that was not the hero that we were thinking.
It's good in the laning phase, so
They've got
it's,
5 range heroes.
I mean, it's a similar plan to what they had in the last game. They picked really good lanes, and they're going to be counting on their lanes to actually buy them enough time so that the 5-man push doesn't come early. They get enough items to deal with
Is
that.
there not some element of 5-man push to Secret Slamp when they get the mech on Enigma? They've got the Dro plus Enigma to push with? Or
Yeah,
is
that too, but I would favor OG's like team fight much more with the Ravage plus the DPLD.
Okay.
all right. So with the 5-man spread coming out from both sides, we get ready to hop into action here. It's game number 2 of OG versus.
Prepare for battle.
All right, thank you very much, Dakota. OG moving out immediately. We'll see Crit heading down towards the bottom lane. Moon there by his side. Meanwhile, Pylai Dai, he's made his way down in the river. He's trying to get the hill ward up here. Very deep position. It looks like he'll do it without being scouted. So Secret going to have excellent intel in this bottom lane early on. Looks like Weehaw will be playing the OD. So the hopes of an Envy OD, well, those are gone now, gods. He'll be on the Drow Ranger, more of a classic Envy hero.
That's kind of 2 games in a row we see Secret go for very deep wards to kind of scout out Moon's jungle more than anything, and also just his positioning. It helps set up kills on him, as we saw last game. It just allows you to kind of control what he's doing with the Ancient stacking, since Tide does kind of, maybe not rely on the Ancient stacking, but he benefits so much from it. And oh gosh, they actually get the level 1 D ward.
30 seconds to battle.
Wow. That is, they've seen some tape on Secret and must have expected this to happen. Or, I mean, they also looked at last game's replay and saw, huh, they put this ward last game, are they going to do it again? Maybe, quite likely. Let's check it.
That, perhaps seeing where the line was positioned, gave them a clue as well, but in the end, Secret not going to have that early vision here, and losing one of these precious early game wards definitely hurts you, so we'll see where Puppey places the other one. But for now, Puppey going to be starting deep in his own jungle.
Yeah, this offlane for Moon could be very good. You've got Crit on the IO, who's going to maybe spend some time at mid lane, but can also kind of rotate down bottom. But now there's no ward to contest him. He does have plenty of regen. He can go into he will be going into the Iron Talon to jungle up with, and it just doesn't feel like Secret are going to be able to do a whole lot to... I mean, Lion Dro, there's a lot of right-click damage, but Tide is just very resistant to that because of the Kraken Shell.
Yeah, looks like they want to try and contest this bottom rune. Crit is going to join Moon. Tries to grab the bounty here. The stun comes out rather early from Pilot Eye, but he gets forced back. Envy's trying to grab it, spamming away, but it's a double rune grab off the bat for OG. They've also got the bottle already coming out for Crit here, as Moon was the man to grab it. So this is a fantastic start for OG, and well, for Weehaw, things are going to get a little bit harder in the mid lane up against No Tail's Death Prophet. And
they actually gave Crit the solo XP for the D ward, so he's already halfway to level 2 as well. And Io gets a lot stronger at level 2 because he can overcharge, which means when he's full HP, he can still heal up teammates, like someone like a Tide on the front lines. So going to be, I think, quite a hard safe lane for Secret. Moon as well as Crit can get up in their face, and they have this big advantage from the D ward as well as the bounty rune.
They're just running at Pilot Eye. They know he's got the one stun, so they tank it, and then they just keep on moving forward. Envy don't need the level 1 precision art. Doesn't offer a whole lot of firepower, but elsewhere we can see in the mid lane the pressure coming in from Fly. Weehaw, no vision up to the north. We'll see, again, with the D ward around the Roshan pit, maybe Puppey is forced to plant his ward somewhere different from where he would have liked to.
And something we often talk about is we don't feel teams punish the Enigma jungle very much or very often. And we're not seeing a direct punish here, but I feel this is one of the times where we're seeing a team really go aggressive because there is an Enigma jungling. We've got this offlane dual lane, which has had a great early start. OG also went for the double bounty rune, something Enigma is really bad at preventing. Well, I mean, you should be able to kind of prevent it regardless, just because you can send 4 heroes to a rune. But Enigma doesn't have any level 1 potential because of conversions. And OG, they send Wyvern mid, they send a dual lane bottom, then Wyvern goes back top. They're looking to kind of win as many lanes as possible here because of the Enigma jungle.
Yeah, tough times here now, but they are getting the harassment out onto Crit. Frost Arrows laying into a Moon, gonna force him back, and then Misery arrives with the teleport, and Secret again, they do get a first blood. Didn't win them the game last time, but they're looking for a secondary kill. Moon low. Won't end up going down there. Elsewhere in the mid lane, can see Weehaw forced to salve. No Tail. Couple of seconds, he could pop this one. It's going to nuke him, so Weehaw running low on the regen, and he struggles in this mid lane so far.
TP that comes at a cost, because as soon as that happens and Wyvern gets the 2-minute top rune, there's no reason Fly even needs to go back towards that top lane. It's a completely empty free farm lane for Miracles, so a worthwhile first blood TP, but it's not like there's no trade. For OG, they're getting complete free farm. Misery's kind of suddenly stuck on this bottom lane, doesn't have a TP for another 10 seconds, and doesn't have a whole lot of mana. He accidentally gets his clarity cancelled as well, which was going to give him kind of the mana he needed to kind of sustain himself in lane. So it's not the best position for him to be in down here in this bottom lane, even though he got his team first blood.
Can see Fly wrapping around mid.
Looking for that courier. He knows the bottle should be coming out soon.
He wants to snipe it. Actually, the donkey back at the base for now.
This is a good timing to be here for this. You know, it's a null talisman. It's around that 230 mark is normally when you'd see the bottle coming out. We'll see if they fall for it. The pause makes you kind of have time to think about it, because if you're just the pause, if anything, may lead to the bottle snipe being prevented. I mean, I don't want to say that's going to be the reason why. Maybe he would have done it regardless, but we can then be like, huh, I wonder where Wyvern is. Oh, is there a chance he's bottle sniping? Yeah, let's just move it around in a safe, cautious way. But
Come on, we want some drama, man. Just lay it down, throw the gauntlet.
I mean,
it's a tactical pause.
It's
Envy's
Puppy,
doing
yeah,
whatever it takes to
absolutely.
win. Come on now.
Oh, it's Puppy, man. It's
No
the
question.
Puppy pause. Of course.
Envy may have hit the button, but we all know who the real mastermind
Yeah.
behind it is.
And he's been pausing for his eyes, LD. Yes.
Sure. Blame your eyes, but the donkey is coming. This could be big here for Mr. Fly. Oh, no.
That's back. Probably getting some items for Enigma.
It's going to be 3
Enigma
minutes
Soul Ring.
now anyway, so.
Yeah, Enigma's 10 gold short of Soul Ring, so you'll see it. And it's already upgraded too.
Worth a shot for Fly. Not a whole lot else he could be doing right now as that top lane is currently empty. But mid lane, DoTa moving in, gets the Spirit Siphon onto Weeha, and they will ambush him from the side. Fly with the single slow there from Arctic Burn, but doesn't look like it's quite enough for the kill. Weeha will live to tell the tale. And backs away. Meanwhile, Dire Courier still walking here. Now they're going to upgrade it. I was going to say, there's a Nature's Prophet in this game. Got to be careful about that.
Denied.
But Courier kill is going to be avoided by both teams.
So yeah, early game, Secret have dealt very well with the pressure. They're winning the CS battle here. They found the first blood at bottom lane. Enigma, I mean, as mentioned, being uncontested free farm jungle, and OG trying to punish it, but for the most part unsuccessful. The OD is still kind of holding his own in the mid lane against Death Prophet. The offlane Nature's Prophet's getting some farm in the jungle, help find the first blood. So overall, Secret with a much better, stronger early game, which is what you kind of expect from the Drow Ranger. OG just trying to make it a more neutral, even early game with their aggressive lanes, but it hasn't worked for OG.
Puppy getting his customary free farm. Normally when this happens, he is one of the most crucial heroes in the game, so we'll see how OG are able to deal with him. They do pretty well here on Moon in the offlane. It's getting his levels at a decent clip. Even against the Drow Ranger, this is the beauty of the Tide, that you can just retreat to the jungle. But they're going to bring in the Nature's Prophet, and it looks like Secret have decided if Tide's not going to poke his ugly melon head out, they're going to punish it with a push.
Gotta use that Drow Aura. You can, Eidolons get bonus damage.
Is under attack.
Your range creeps get bonus damage.
Puppy is rotating that direction, heads through the river.
There we go.
Enigma's going to join the push. They're also going to scout out a small Ancient Stack brewing here. It will be up to Fly to drag the wave back. Does have the Splinter Blast available now to slow down the push. He's actually going to summon a fresh set of Eidolons.
Dire's
Continues to
bottom
move
tower
in.
is under
Fly
attack.
got to be careful though. Finally, I might be able to spring the trap. Puppy as the Malefice. They get the follow-ups on Fly. Hexed as well. A triple disable combo from Secret. Enough for the kill. And with that, they're not going to leave this bottom lane. They will get the tower for sure. And I guess the question is if they even look for a bit more.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Last time I questioned E's
Dire's
efficiency. Of course he's going to pop the Drow Aura. Does do so, and
Only a minute
very
until it cools
fast.
down. That's why
Yeah,
you pop it early.
Dire's bottom
Spam that
tower
thing.
has
Well, you don't necessarily want to spam it when you're focusing on the creep equilibrium because it can push out your lane, but benefits
You
the
just ruined the
Eidolon.
pubs of players everywhere. I still remember the old Drow Aura when they first reworked. It was just always on. All
Yes.
lanes are always pushing. That was the Centaur patch when the Centaur Ultimate stunned everything that it ran through. Drow Centaur. Those were the days. But back to this game, back to the real world. We do see free farm for Miracle Gods, and he is going to rush the Midas here.
This
Level
is
6 already, so they are putting a lot of eggs here in the Slark basket, as far as the OG game plan.
I mean, OG are going to be tested this game because they're the ones who have the slow pace draft this game. They aren't going to be looking for that timing like they had last game where suddenly they get it. It was even before the Lone Druid Radiance where they were grouping up, taking down towers. They can kind of push and fight around the Exorcism a bit, but it's Secret who will be able to, if anything, push faster, and that's with Exorcism on the Dire side. But this Drow Aura, Enigma Nature's Prophet, and the mech timing coming as early as it will from Puppy, probably around that 10-minute mark, Secret will be the ones dictating the pace of this game. And it's something we see a lot, whether it's the Radiant team who pushes and the Dire team who probably prioritizes Roshan and farming a bit more. And OG have adapted their playstyle and gone for that more kind of Dire-oriented strategy.
Going for the banish here, mid lane. Spirit Siphon online, but Puppy rotates in, has the hole available, and lets it go into No-Tail. In a lot of danger, trying to heal him up. Fly, Cold embraces him, keeps him alive for a very long time. No-Tail still surviving. They continue to volley auto attacks after him and eventually get the kill. A good effort by Fly, but simply not enough.
He had 5 wands and a fairy fire. I think he decided he wasn't going to escape. I'm not sure if it would have saved him.
Did get to buy his gloves, so
Yeah.
no gold lost.
I think he
here.
was buying items rather than thinking, oh, I can live, I'll use my 1 fairy fire.
Pretty bold TP by Moon. Not yet level 6, actually. He's very close to it, but they banish him, and they're going to stun him up. Moon counting on the level 6. He's not going to get it. Oh, it's a really costly feed here for the Tidehunter. He doesn't have buyback either. He won't be able to participate. Misery turning for the courier. He snipes that as well. Catastrophe for OG in the mid lane. Hemorrhaging kills. giving up couriers. They're gonna lose Fly as well. They might even lose No-Tail. The feed train has no brakes. 6-0, a tower as well. A triple kill to all heroes. It's the OD, and one of the most aggressive spikes upward in a gold grab you will ever see at this stage in the
He
game.
got 60 int at one point, and that was before even level 4 Arcane Orb. He just kept getting right click after right click. Surprisingly good against the Winter Wyvern with the Cold Embrace,
And
because
this
he
is
just keeps stealing
happening.
int.
This is happening with a Midas Slark, a Wisp Wyvern that aren't even near. They're not even close to level 6 yet. And you're against a Drow Enigma strat. That is like the worst situation.
I think they're actually
for that
taking
happen.
Roche here. They're around the area. They've got the Eidolon Treants. This is a very straightforward Roshan, unless OG suddenly rotate in lots of heroes to contest it with Ravage, which I just don't think they're ready to do. They still haven't got level 6 on Winter Wyvern, and I mean, this Roche is actually dropping in about 15 seconds. So
OG. They've dug a bit of a hole for themselves. I think that's putting it mildly.
yeah, just very. With the lanes not working out for them, the aggressive IO Tide lane, it felt like they needed to find kills, not just. They kind of pressured the lane, but Dro just found the kill with the Nature's Prophet TP in, and as a result, OG's plan B, their plan B comes online so much later, so they're just kind of in this kind of intermission period where they're just trying to get some farm, some items, but Secret are going to get numerous objectives, I want to say, and just get a lot done during this period.
OG are going to have to play absolutely flawless Dota to live through that second round of aggression.
And here's the mech smoke. Puppy gets his mech. Pi as well as Puppy smoke up together. They're headed towards top to defend and fight into OG.
They have the Prophet already as well.
This looks like it could be a complete disaster for top at OG. The one good thing for them is they've got a haste rune.
And Fingers online, so Miracle does need to be careful here. Glyph gets deployed. Secret sending their forward scouting party out. Highlight Die, the man in front, and is going to try to get aggressive. Meanwhile, they have TP'd in Misery. A bit too far, perhaps, as the Spirits start to come back in. And from the side, Puppy swipes in. Mech online, as you mentioned, only 20 seconds till the hole. Well, they don't get the kills, but Secret just so strong when they group up and push that they should get the tower for free. And it looks like they're going to do it with Envy. Off in the jungle, has the precision already if they even want to consider a second tower push. Secret still getting the objectives, albeit not with the bonus skills.
And they've got their ultis up. OG still yet to level his, probably will do so. Either level 9, level 10. Not too big of a deal, not like a key spell for them. And they can defend this bottom lane with Prophet while continuing this push up top, and I believe that's what they're going to be doing. Envy not with his team for now, but I mean,
he's there in spirit.
Just a mech Enigma with an OD Aegis. Like, these three heroes could probably take a 3v5 almost with Exorcism on cooldown.
Why is level 6? He gets a ward down. He's going to scout up Highlight Die, but it's daytime, so.
The right-click damage isn't there. It's like, even if you get a Winter's Curse off, unless it's on a hero being attacked by Drow Ranger, it's not going to get a whole lot done.
And Envy, nowhere to be found.
It does set up a...
Finger, they just delete the Slark. Okay.
Well, that's a...
That was ugly. Miracle's not going to feel good about that.
No. I think this is a game OG are going to quickly want to forget going forward in this best-of-3 series.
The good news is the suffering will be relatively painless if things continue this way. It'll be over soon. Fly now, getting found out by Misery. They do TP in, they get the Malefice off, and he tries to embrace himself, but continues to get hammered down by Weeha. Orb after orb crashing in, still holding the Aegis for now. Crit going to head to the south, No-Tail there to join him. But already, tier 2s are dropping everywhere. This is the last outer tower. It comes at 11 minutes. Black Hole online. Everything good to go. Yasha coming out for Envy. And here we go. OG up against it. Up against a very strong push with Moon nowhere to be found. Doesn't have a teleport. He's going to walk from the bottom lane. And while that's happening, the tower is getting absolutely battered here. No-Tail going to work a bit with the Spirit Siphon, slowing things down. Finally, the Watermelon limps in, but the damage was done. So they're going to be happy with that. They've rotated 5 heroes back on OG. It's a secret. They'll take advantage of the Prophet. They'll TP him to mid, and they're just going to push out these other lanes.
And there's still a lot of room to grow on the Secret side. They can kind of get up map control a bit more. They can just find a few more levels here. They haven't really... I mean, you're still looking at every hero level 9 or below. On top of that, they're just not quite at that kind of critical max point where they're not at their strongest timing right now more than anything. They can probably go for this high ground push while they've got the Aegis, but with it expiring in the next minute, it's a very kind of small window for them to strike now with OG having Exorcism and Ravage.
If they want to go, it should be right now. Otherwise, you're better off waiting.
They definitely
for
want to keep the pressure on. So whether they do that by going for a high ground push or at least taking map control and starving out OG, keeping OG in their own base and creating this scenario where Miracle and NoTail can't find adequate farm, either way, Secret are going to be looking fantastic.
This is going to give OG time to try and get back in this
They
game.
smoke an award, which is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, that one was planted from behind the tree line, so unfortunately for Secret, they didn't actually see it coming.
Not too big a deal. It just means they're not going to find a pick-off that they were hoping to.
It gives Moon a little bit of time here. He's pretty close to the mechanism. OG going to go for a smoke of their own.
OG, maybe, I feel like they just need to make a bold move. They need to try and guess where that smoke's headed, because Envy actually was solo pushing top lane, like kind of baiting OG into thinking that his team were behind him so that they would go push out the other lanes, but it looks like OG may be able to find a catch on Misery with this.
Very long way to travel for a smoke gang, but Trance gets summoned. This might be the opening they're looking for. Smoke's going to break. NoTail, he starts nuking down the Trance, but immediate drums getting popped by Misery. Cool. Backtrack. And now Puppey comes in. Oh, almost in range there for the Malefice. That would have been big. He will dodge away. They're not really farming much here, Gods.
No, and they're just in such a hard position for them to find any farm. Miracle has Midas, but any item follow-up is going to take some time.
And we also have to keep in mind it is a 6-0 tower advantage right now.
Yeah.
So even if the CS were dead even, the discrepancy in gold was already going to be massive, and then on top of that, 4 out of the top 6 heroes in terms of CS are on the side of Secret, so they are very far ahead in every department.
Yeah. And as things currently stand, this game looking like currently the biggest stomp we've seen out of any of the matches so far. It's not over, it's not an insurmountable lead, but it's approaching that point with how much Secret control the map here. They've got wards in top lane and mid lane. Mid one actually going to get dewatered. That's going to help out a lot here as far as OG trying to prevent Secret from having total vision across the board. But
I think MVP might have a bone to pick with you about stomps, but this is definitely up there.
yeah.
This is looking ugly. OG not out of it yet, though. They have had some miraculous comebacks courtesy of the Wisp, but their playmaking potential will be truly tested here as we see Weehaw grabbing an Ogre Club. Likely BKB coming out for him.
OG just don't have that explosive hero that can make a big play and suddenly they're kind of back in it. It's a team fight where they can come back into it. The Ravage with the Exorcism with a good Winter's Curse. They've got to make sure they've just got the best Winter's Curse imaginable with the Drow Ranger killing off someone like the Enigma or the Lion.
Slark needs to bait a bunch of spells and then get off his ultimate. Ravage has to be timed perfectly, and well, for Secret, they're getting even tankier. Guardian Greaves now out for Puppey. We're going to see our Nature's Prophet after completing drums up to 3,100 gold. Envy, meanwhile, grabbing his Ogre Club, either BKB or maybe even just the Sanjin Yasha. Either way, big item coming out for him, and then your OD. Weehaw, back for the Blink Dagger. More initiation, and they're going to find Moon here, it looks like, over towards the Dire Ancients as they smoke. Initiating on the Tidehunter, going to work on him with the Orb. Moon, though, is going to crack it off. He marches forward, he gets fingered. Prophet ult as well. Getting volleyed down here by the Eidolons. Can they finish the job? The Prophet TP, Sprouts there. They get the kill. And with that goes the mech. No buyback available. Miracle desperately leaping out, but Weehaw's there with the blink forward and the banner setup. They're going to need some help. Crit just going to channel the relocate and try to get Miracle out. He does it in time right after the OD hammer gets dropped. A bit too late.
Still no Tidehunter though.
But they likely, at least decent chance, they are going to lose Crit here. Let's see if he can tether his way out. Puppey, does get the Malefice off. Pylai die though. No finger available, so Crit actually escapes. And also saves his buddy. This is going to salvage what could have been a lane of Rax otherwise.
Yeah, well, defend the high ground and Secret. Gonna keep I think the plans for now are still okay. Just keep hunting for pickoffs where you can and take Roshan once it's available. This next Aegis is going to be the big key timing for them more than anything. And OG, even if Secret don't get a lane of Rax in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, where's OG even getting farm right now? We're not seeing any catch-up coming out from Death Prophet, and Death Prophet is not a hero that plays well from behind. When you don't have a good start, when you're not getting farm, even if you've got a safe lane carry that is doing well, Death Prophet will not have a very high impact on a game just through Exorcism.
They're praying for an early Roshan respawn here, but they're not lucky in that regard. Like
that would have been a very early Rosh respawn.
You mentioned OG, a gamble that's on the bigger side. Blowing a smoke here, hoping it's almost instant, but sometimes that's what it takes to get back in these games. Miracle's going to lead the charge here. We'll see an Alpha Wolf scouting things out. They are in great position up on the high ground. Maybe they can find the jump. Miracle's going to lead the way, but as he bounced forward, he catches out Puppey. Puppey gets banished. Weeha trying to salvage the fight. Moon silenced up. Looks like they should be able to bring down the Enigma here. They will burst him. He does have buyback available, so potentially looking to turn this. They might wait out for the Exorcism. No Tail low, but there's the Cold Embrace to keep him alive. The Wiz comes in. Crit also low. He'll end up going down. They've gotten 2. Puppey still holding that buyback. Weeha in the midst of it all, slamming for damage out onto Miracle, but Moon is going to manage to keep things in fighting condition. Weeha will get finished off here. It looks like by the Ghost. Still no buybacks coming out for Secret. They've lost 3 big heroes. It's up to Envy to salvage it. A 3 for 3. But when you're playing from this far behind, if that's how it ends, I think you're pretty happy as OG.
And their 2 main cores surviving as well. And
Dyer's
that
bottom
was the
tower
perfect
is under
Ravage, the
attack.
perfect close to perfect Winter's Curse. It hit the OD with the Dro Ranger attacking the OD. So it gave you that bit of extra damage, which they needed to kill off the
Dyer's
OD.
bottom
They took out the
tower
Nature's
is under
Prophet, they
attack.
killed the Enigma, they killed some of the most farmed Secret heroes while keeping Slack and Death Prophet alive and just having the positioning advantage, getting such a good jump. OG, an amazing fight to take at this stage of the game to keep themselves alive.
But they needed it. If it wasn't a perfect fight, it would have been a disaster. Puppey goes down with the Guardian Greaves and the Black Hole still online, but we can all imagine how much different it would be if he gets either of those off.
And OG's high ground defense is very scary, which is why Secret kind of have to play this one at a fairly slow pace. Pushing into the Splinter Blast, into the Tide Hunter is just a very kind of daunting proposition. So we'll see Secret kind of take their time about this one.
We'll see how long they need. Pylai die. He does have Hex ready to go. Could make a move. Miracle is going to wait up the Dark Pact. Miracle getting stunned from distance. There's the finger. Prophet ult, I imagine, bouncing through here. It is enough to secure the kill. Well executed gank by Secret, and now looking for Crit as well with the teleport in. Misery gets a double kill. He was very quiet last game. But this game having a big impact. OG, though, they've got the Yule Scepter. No Tail is going to debut it here. Looks like they'll get the Prophet right as he starts to really come into his own. So it ends up being a 2-for-1, but with the death of the Slark, happy overall. And while that was happening, Secret also going to grab a Roche.
Yeah, good kind of follow-up from Secret. Really nice gank by the Invis Lion there, just knowing that, hey, okay, with the Nature's Prophet, we'll get this kill, even if it does come at the cost of 1 life there. And Secret put themselves in a very good position to break high ground soon. They don't have the BKBs yet, well, at least a BKB yet, probably Weeha, the one player with the Blink Initiation who particularly wants it, so he doesn't get counted out by the Ravage, but with an Aegis in hand, they may feel confident to go for a play soon.
And
if anything, they can wait till they have Aegis and BKB. I think there'll be at least maybe a small window where they can have both those 2 items.
And on top of that, they have the Blink Daggers. Weeha with 1. We just have seen a Blink Dagger getting picked up on Pylai Die, so they have very good pickoff potential to set up for that push. For now, OG are heading back. Miracle has a respawn here, closing in on a Sanjin Yasha. So he manages to keep his farm up, but he's really the only one. As you mentioned, the rest of the OG squad struggling mightily. They will grab a Blink Dagger on Moon. So they get the long-range initiation, and he'll need to make sure that he times it right. As Puppey goes back into a Vitality booster here after the Ochre Club. So not rushing a BKB. Are we
He
going to
loves
see
tanking up.
Is it a Crimson Guard? Is it a casual Vit booster?
Yeah, the Crimson Guard's an item he's gone before on Enigma. Pretty good against the Slack right-click damage, so...
And it's a good 5-man item, obviously.
Yeah. So definitely a possible item. The Rod of Atos is an item I've seen EG go with the Fear Enigma, although not looking like a particularly strong item against the OG lineup. We've got Dark Pact to get rid of it. I mean, Death Prophet's actually, it's a little annoying for Death Prophet. You can't chase and take advantage of your movement speed when you're being Rod of Atos, but we'll see. I think more than anything, it's just Puppey's king. He wants to be able to stay alive, get off more spells where possible, and use that to his advantage.
Secret are occupying the OG jungle here. Pylai Die farming up their neutrals. Very aggressive posture from him. I mean, meanwhile, Miracle with some backup from Crit is going to move out, so still has a ways to go before he becomes that threatening late game Slark. At this point, he really only tickles. He is farming well. As for Envy, went for the early Dominator, went back into the Sanjiashin up to 3,600, so Secret continuing to maintain their quad core status. And, I mean, hell, as we've mentioned, Pylai Die is farming almost like a 4 position here, all things considered.
Yeah, a lot of tower gold, but even tower gold aside, he hasn't died all game. He's got 21 CS. Pi has played
7
a
assists,
very strong
2-0
game.
and 7. They've had 14 kills, and as a Lion, he's been in on over half of them. Very impressive.
And as mentioned, it looks like Secret are going to wait for that timing where they're going to have BKB with Aegis, just 100 gold away now on Wee's OD. and just a small window where they'll have Aegis as well as the BKB. About 2 minutes now left on the Aegis, and Secret, if they want to, can go double BKB. Envy's got 3.9k gold. They're probably having a... He's probably maybe talking with Puppy now or kind of...
And
yeah, there we
Misery's
go,
going to have it, so it's going to be triple BKB momentarily.
I think there was a bit of discussion. Envy's like, I don't really want to go BKB. Like, can we actually... If we win the game now with BKBs, fantastic. If they don't, if OG can defend the high ground, then the BKB doesn't pay off, and you'd rather have gone like a more late game oriented build.
At that point, Miracle could start to get out of control because that means OG have won a big team fight.
So triple BKB suddenly comes online all at once for Secret. They've got Aegis. This is a moment in this game. This is the key timing where they're supposed to get a lane of racks, and it comes down to OG to mount an incredible defense.
Well, whenever we look at a big push about to come, buyback will be worth keeping an eye on, especially for the defending squad, and there's a triple buyback up right now for the OG squad.
Yeah. None on Death Prophet, but I was just about to say, if the Death Prophet buyback, not saying that really matters if you're dead with Exorcism on cooldown. It's going to come down more to the Slack, and even Winter Wyvern, a pretty good hero to have buyback on. You can't Splinter Blast, one of the best defending spells they have right now. We'll see what they can put together here as far as defending goes.
OG holding back. Moon's going to just start it off right away. They saw the BKBs. They make the pounce. Envy wasn't ready for it, but he gets up the gust. One more auto tech. Miracle desperately chasing after him, but Poppy looking to turn it. They do manage to even interrupt the black hole there with a nice Winter's Curse, but the rest of the BKBs are coming out. Miracle trapped right now in the trees. Going to get the job done. BKB starting to wear up, but they've killed off the IO. They've managed to grab 3. OG went all in on aggression there. Not sure it was quite enough. 3-hero takedown. It's going to be a 4v2 power play. The Wyvern will buy back, but it's not much of a hero without his ultimate fly. Right up the Splinter Blast, trying to chunk down Weehop. Remember, he still holds the Aegis. This is going to wear off fairly soon. The timing could work out poorly for him, potentially. So they force out the Wyvern buyback. All of Secret's big cooldowns expended in that one. And they don't break through the racks, so all things considered, OG, a decent hold.
It's a hold. And I
this
think
is round 2 coming, potentially.
They saw like the BKBs and they're like, oh crap, how are we going to defend? If they get on the high ground and just have Drohi in the tower, let's just go now. Let's jump this through a range and try and kill her. It took a tiny bit longer than they would have liked. If they could have killed her before she got the BKB off, they wouldn't have had to chase as far, and I think the casualties would have been lower, but just a great initiative coming out from the OG shot caller there, or Moon, or whoever made the call to go in, because that's what they need to do to defend, is just catch Secret before they can BKB and respond to the Ravage there.
Now, it was actually a double buyback. IO also popping one,
Yeah.
so it was a little more expensive for OG, but they hold the tier 3 tower.
too, so it's not like it's the Slack who dies and buys back. Slack gets an ultimate ult, and he's the one who got the kill on the Drow range of that fight. He got 1,000 gold for the kill on Envy's Drow. He's suddenly already approaching his next big item. I believe he may have even got solo kill XP because he's level 16 right now. He's the highest level in this game, and something that Secret have to be very wary of.
Wyvern ult on cooldown for 20, no tell for 40, but the black hole for 70. Ravage only about a half minute off, so they are going to make the move here on the Pilot Eye. Aggressive jump forward from your Slark. He's suddenly in an awkward position, though. Miracle going to get silenced. A perfectly timed gust, but the relocate out. Crit with the huge save. This is going to buy a lot of time. Weehop pops the BKB. He wants vengeance. He will take down Fly. And now the racks are exposed. Moon blinking forward. 16 seconds to go until the ultimate comes out. They've got the range X. Crit's going to return. Crit, likely dieback coming here. No, he tethers out one last auto tech, finishes the job. And No Tail likely to be next. They've lost the Death Prophet. It's before the ultimates come back on like 2 seconds ago. Miracle, him against the world. Ravage is coming. 1 second. Lets it fly. Lands it on Weehop. They're going to be able to bring the OD down. Can they get more is the question. Puppy in danger. Miracle going to turn this. Pies to drop as well. And No Tail's right back into it. Puppy with the TP out. No, Yule's going to stop it. They'll take down the Enigma as well. They have lost a lane of racks, but Miracle is getting fat.
Bottom lane,
the rat amplifies, but they have not taken the melee. It's only a range. It feels like Miracle got just enough that maybe there's a chance for OG.
I mean, for OG, that's hope. And very much like, yes, Secret used all their ultis on that first push and didn't actually break a lane of racks, but OG are more reliant on their ultimates. Because they're so far behind on farm, the Exorcism and the Ravage are more essential to their lineup than what the Black Hole gives to Team Secret. The Black Hole as well as the Sandy's Eclipse are like the extras for Team Secret. It's much more about just how strong they are 5-man pushing in. So when there was no Ravage, no Exorcism, they can go. They can take a lane of racks, but incredible play and just stalling, giving time for the Ravage to come back up, and Miracle suddenly is in beast mode. He is
This next Roche is huge. Imagine Miracle with 2 lives right now. That would be devastating. Secret, relying on the... I mean, you mentioned the ultimates are a bonus, but I think they're going to become more essential if he gets that. And you've also got triple BKB.
You say that, it's just hard to imagine a world where OG can get Roshan unless they win another big fight, which
Radiant's
they
bottom
should be able to get to a
tower is under
position where they
attack.
have Ravage again without losing a lane of racks. Everything's pushed out for now, but
They want to take a fight right now. They're not going to waste any
Okay.
time. No Tail moving in. The smoke's going to break, and they found the Enigma of Puppey off the bat. He's got the Cryptic Guard, though. He's very tanky. Relay K coming through, and it's deep behind Secret lines. Black Hole ready. He lets it go, but the instant interrupt there from Fly, and they're braining down their own Enigma. Weehaw dropping low as well. No Tail just destroying him, getting pummeled by Miracle on the backlines now. 28 Essence Shift charges. OG rampaging forward, and Misery's BKB down. He's got a TP out. Eul Scepter available, but he can't quite get in range. Will manage to escape. OG all of a sudden hitting the gas, and man, this would be the perfect time for a Roche respawn, but unfortunately it's going to be about a minute and a half. Creeps are pushing in through the top lane, starting to pound away at the tier 4s here. The bottom lane exposed. The range Rex down to 60 health bottom, but OG finding pickoff after pickoff. Suddenly 2,500 more gold up on Miracle. Oh boy, we've got a ball game.
it's funny because like the net worth graph isn't really changing all too much, but the balance is shifting. The supports of OG getting poorer and poorer. They had to buy back. They keep dying, but Miracle, his net worth just keeps going up, up, up. So it's kind of like a redistribution of wealth for OG.
It's starting to feel like the story of OG is told by No-Tail, that they have. It's the perfect setup for an 8K player. You've got 4 feeding pubs. It's up to him against the world. Well, not the case here, but they make their move onto Pylite. They're going to fight maybe another pickup. TP's out.
Moon's like, do I ravage? Guys? Like, I want to.
Oh, that would be a game-losing Ravage. I
But
think.
yeah, absolutely. Not the time or place for it, but
You could tell he was tempted. At least he didn't drop his blink.
Roshan respawning very soon. Misery doing a good job of keeping tabs of the respawn with his treants there, but
Dire's middle tower is under
it's
attack.
OG who have suddenly kind
Radiant's
of
bottom
taken
tower is
control of
under
the
attack.
tempo of this game. They're still down a full lane of racks and bottom lane exposed, so...
And they are against a Prophet and a Drow. So Secret, even if they get to a point where they can't take the fights, they can always just threaten the split push, threaten the throne. But here comes the rotation. Misery being hunted. Miracle's going to get eyes on him. He drops the Sprout, the leaps off the mark. Moon blinking forward. It's into BKBs. Puppey trying to counter-initiate this one, but Moon is going to be absolutely fine. He pops the Greaves, keeps alive for now. There's the relocate out. Crit to save him. And a lot of BKBs got committed for this one. Round 2 is going to be tricky. Do they bring back the Tidehunter? Fly sitting back. It looks like he wants to engage, but Pylite Eye scouts him out, picks him off, and Crit will in the end be the sacrifice here. So they lose both supports, but again, OG somehow keeping their cores alive and avoiding catastrophic damage. Unfortunately for them, gods, Roche is up, and Secret looks like they're going to grab it.
They're trying to go for a cheeky little play there, getting a Winter's Curse on the 5. Like, the 5 heroes know Io's coming back, and probably, like, he's coming back alone. OG were in a terrible spot to take that fight, but they could have tried to get, like, a 5-man Winter's Curse, let the Io TP out or something, and maybe even get a kill off of it, but good defensive play from Secret preventing it, and then a nice transition into Roshan, putting themselves again in that position they were in about 10 minutes ago where they need to take a lane of racks, they need to go high ground, they've got the triple BKBs, and this is really where they've got to strike and take OG down. OG have their ultimates, but what happened last time was they used the ultimates, they
They're
initially
smoked.
defend,
They're moving top.
and then it's like the second push that gets them.
Wow. Again, buybacks will be essential here, but for Miracle, he's not going to save for it. He's got great defensive supports. He buys a BKB. Yeah. A lot of reasons to grab it this game. Oh, they do scout him out mid. Maybe trying to force out that relocate. Crit has it in 9 seconds. Oh, Miracle will leap out. But this is that moment where a big death by OG, especially someone without buyback, could just instantly lose them the game.
And even, yeah, No-Tail, his buyback's still on cooldown, so he can just buy up the full soul booster. Misery applying some split push pressure. And this is where not having that tier 3 bottom tower makes life a lot more difficult for OG.
At some point, you got to imagine this range Rex is going down 48 HP.
They do have a very important ward at this stage of the game. In that bottom lane, just on the high ground, a bit outside of their base, that just allows them to spot where and when Misery is going to be split pushing in the bottom lane. So they can just divide up their heroes evenly between counter pushing the top lane, keeping Misery out in the bottom lane, and then defending like the 3-4-man unit of Team Secret in the mid lane. Team Secret are going to wait a bit longer. I'm wondering what items are coming out. The main one, probably Puppey's BKB, it looks like.
He's really had trouble getting the black hole off, and when he does, it's been very quickly canceled. There's still the Winter's Curse, but if he can just grab Fly, there's really no way to stop it at that point.
And that's where someone like an OD can just blink in and go on the Winter Wyvern, try and bring him down.
Force him to commit off the bat.
And this is Aegis as well as cheat, so it doesn't. There's not amazing single target burst damage. There's as well as reliable disable to prevent the cheese coming off. Some games you see like a cheese picked up on a carry here, and you're like, ooh, is it really going to help him give him 2 lives? Because when they're getting like down to a 3rd HP, you stun them, or you just suddenly throw out like a finger of death and they're dead without getting to use the cheese. This game, he should be able to get off the cheese. Like, there's a really high chance this cheese is effectively giving Weeha 2 lives on his OD.
And Weeha about to get a big item now. We'll grab a Shiva's Guard. Great pick up against the Slark and his physical damage output, as well as the Death Prophet ultimate. So OG still sitting back in their base now. They do have 1 smoke available and 1 on fly, so they can make a move here out of the base, but it seems at least until the Aegis expires, they're in no hurry to do so.
Fly would, I think, probably love to get a Blink Dagger at this point. He's about 450 gold away, and that just allows him to position a lot more efficiently in these fights, so he doesn't have to be as far forward. He can be way back in safety away from the OD and still get off that BKB Black Hole cancel with the Winter's Curse.
At that point, it would be down to Misery on the Prophet to catch him out.
Yeah.
They are looking to make a move here on the mid lane. Miracle actually pouncing forward on Envy, perhaps hoping to force out a BKB, but Envy chunks into him. Laying in with the Frost Arrows here. We're going to see rotation top from Puppey, coming to shove in that lane as well. Eidolons gets some in there. Back to mid. Secret, a full court press.
Yep.
All 3 lanes.
Split up OG and try and create openings as well. Not just is it harder for OG to defend in the mid lane as a result, but you could create an opportunity for yourself to find a pick-off somewhere with Highlight Eye on the line. If he can find like a Blink Hex Finger opportunity somewhere, suddenly you've taken out one of the OG heroes, like the Winter Wyvern, who is so important for the defense here.
They're keeping them busy. Moon actually having to blink into the top lane just to anchor smash out the waves. They leave Miracle parked mid. BKB yet to be activated this game. It will be the full 10-second duration, but it's for the Black Hole to really shut them down.
Still a lot of buybacks on this Dire side now.
Steady siege. Continuous spam here of the Dark Pact. OG, it would be an impressive hold. They're down nearly 25,000 gold, 14,000 experience at only 34 minutes into the game.
It's doable though. This is
But
Joe
it really
Ranger,
does feel
we're
doable.
at the point where Joe Ranger strats are falling. Like, this is 30 minutes is normally like probably the timer you put on Joe Ranger strats in the current metagame. And once you get past that point, you're going to see a noticeable fall off. The hero doesn't scale well into the late game despite being an anti-carry, and they're kind of known for being these more
They made a move on bottom. No Tail getting caught out here. The Frost Arrow's working on him, but great defensive play by Fly, as well as Crypt to keep him alive. While that's happening in the mid lane, Miracle's gone and popped the BKB nice and early. Puppey still holding the Black Hole. Oh, Miracle no BKB for this fight. It looks like now he tries to run away. They grab him from distance. Fly, the blink over the top. They drop the hammer, everything onto Miracle, and they will get the kill. Now a triple buyback coming out from OG. Even if they hold, this is a costly one. No Tail charging into the midst of the fray. He doesn't have the Ghost Scepter ready, but the Yule Scepter is online. Miracle's got to get some heavy work done in this fight. He starts to go to work. A couple of auto takes here and there, but they're cutting the waves and just fighting it beautifully. Ravage coming through. It connects on all 3. This could be enough. Maybe, just maybe. Weeha trapped with it. He is going to get the cheese off as you predicted. Eternal Envy gutting them down from the sides. Miracle dead. Moon dead as well. It's a triple dieback, and Secret have pushed through and clutched game number 2. All 5 hit the deck. No happy little trees for Moon this time around.
A great job of splitting OG apart, keeping the pressure on all 3 lanes there at the end, and OG never really got an opportunity to initiate. Like, we got this Tide Ravage, this Death Prophet X, and we talked about, but they could never engage with the Ravage, followed